Hey everyone, I'm Rebecca from Devour Dinner. Happy Sunday everybody and welcome to my kitchen. I'm excited to be here. I hope you are too. We're gonna do two fun recipes using the air fryer and the Instant Pot, and it's just gonna be a lot of fun. So I hope you'll join in, I hope you'll follow along, I hope you'll give this video a thumbs up. But first and foremost, let's make sure that our technology is working. We are broadcasting live on YouTube as well as on Facebook, and we want to make sure that you can hear me okay. So when you log in, say hello, let me know where you're from, and let me know if our audio is working correctly. Most important things. I'm getting some thumbs ups, so that's fantastic. But we'll get some hellos in here really quick. Hi, Sigrid. Sound is good. Sigrid, thank you. Okay, we know technology is working. Happy Sunday. I'm a little flustered because technology sometimes can be goofy, and today is one of them. But we're good. We're all good. We're here. So I'm going to make two recipes today. We're going to do Instant Pot corn on the cob. It is summertime, and I love corn on the cob. But what I don't like about corn on the cob is heating up a big pot of water and getting my kitchen so hot and so steamy. So I want to show you at home how to make corn on the cob in your Instant Pot. I also have a recipe that you can make corn on the cob in your air fryer as well. And I'm going to drop both of those links just in case you want to do it a different way. So let me grab, I've already dropped, did it? Oh, it did both go. Good. I've already dropped the Instant Pot corn on the cob. And I will also drop the air fryer corn on the cob, and then we will say hello, hello. I've got too many screens going today, you guys. Let's see. Hello, Sherry. How are you? Hello, Pam. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Amy. Amy is from the Instant Pot 101 for Beginners group. We sure appreciate the support that Amy and the other admins and moderators give to me, Rebecca, here at Devour Dinner. So thank you. If you're hopping on over from the Instant Pot 101 for Beginners group, welcome. I hope you'll follow along on my Facebook group. I do go live most every Sunday, and we do recipe demos. This is a place where you can ask your questions. You can learn more about the Instant Pot, the air fryer, on how to make some easy recipes that are full of flavor, delicious, and fun. So I'm glad that you're here. All right. Now, how many of you noticed? How many? Hello, Chef Hat. Chef Hat is over on YouTube. We also have Brenda on YouTube. Brenda says hello from Fort Smith, Northwest Territories in Canada. And it's 89 degrees there today. And she says, I can hear you really well on YouTube. Wonderful and welcome. Here in Eastern Idaho, we're about 83 degrees. And I was just commenting to my husband about how hot it feels, and it almost feels sticky, which we don't have humidity here in Eastern Idaho, but at 83 degrees, that's warm for us. And the summer's just beginning. Okay, now, how many of you noticed? I posted that I was going to make chicken fajitas in the air fryer. Raise of hands, hearts, laughter, whatever. I posted that because that's what I was gonna make. And then it occurred to me, I did a demo just 2 months ago on how to make air fryer fajitas. And so we already have a recent one. I'm not going to remake air fryer fajitas because that doesn't make sense. So we're gonna do a recipe. It's not even on my website, which is kind of fun because I get to be a little more spontaneous with this. We're gonna make air fryer nachos. Nachos are so fun. So for the nachos, we're gonna start with that one because it's gonna take a little bit. Let me go top down. This is why you guys love it. Here we go. So I have a bowl. In my bowl, I have got some onions and some bell peppers. We can toss those up. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna season these with some taco seasoning from Redmond's Real Salt. And I do have a coupon code for Redmond's. It's Devour Dinner, one word, all caps. And I will drop the link here in just a minute. And I'm also gonna add some chili lime seasoning to that. And we're gonna add a little bit of lime juice. just to give a little bit of moisture going on in here. And then we're just going to toss this up. We just kind of want to coat our vegetables, and we're going to throw them in the air fryer. I want to add some roasted bell peppers to my nachos. Now, the fun thing about nachos is you can add whatever you want. If you just want chips and queso, do chips and queso. You can add leftover chicken. I'm going to be adding some leftover steak. But you see how easily these just kind of get coated. I'm going to add a little bit more chili lime. So I've probably added about a half a teaspoon of taco seasoning, a half teaspoon of the chili lime. It's not a lot, just enough to coat them. And then we're going to put them in the air fryer. Now, I did preheat this air fryer, 400 degrees for about 4 minutes, just so that it's nice and hot. And then we're just gonna spread out these vegetables so that it's one layer. If you can see that in there. We're gonna pop those back into the air fryer. I am using a Cosori Turbo Blaze air fryer. We're gonna put it at 400 degrees for about 5 minutes. And we're just gonna let it do its thing. We're gonna kind of test them for doneness, however much we want them. Do we want them a little crispy? Do we want them like fully sauteed? We're just gonna watch them for a minute. All right? You guys are so fun. Hi, Susan, how are you? Hello, Doreen, hello, Peggy. Hi, Kathy, hello, Pam. Looks like we've got a whole gang on here today. Okay, we've got our vegetables roasting in the air fryer. We're gonna let those do their thing. In the meantime, we're gonna start the corn on the cob. And that's in the Instant Pot. So, let's bring that front and center. Now, we do need a trivet for this. We want the corn to sit up off the bottom. If you don't have a trivet, you can make one super easy. Get some aluminum foil, rip off a sheet, crumple it up, and put it in the bottom. You might have to do 2 or 3 of those, just so that the corn is off of the bottom. Super simple, all right? We're gonna add to the bottom of the pressure cooker about a cup of water. Now, I'm using a 6-quart pressure cooker, so I need about a cup. If you're using an 8-quart pressure cooker, you'll need at least a cup and a half so that you can pressure up. And then, this is optional, I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of sugar. This just helps to bring out some of the natural sweetness in the corn, and it just will dissolve on the bottom, no big deal. And then we're gonna add our ears of corn. Now, funny enough, look at this. Oh, we're not top down. Look at this. I chose corn, and when I husked them, they're totally different colors. So we're gonna cook them. We're gonna see what it is. It'll be great. We're just gonna do 3 today, and then we're gonna put the lid on. Again, make sure that your inner seal is reseated. You should be washing the seal after every use, and then make sure that you get it put back on where it goes. Make sure the back is locked. And then my cord just fell out, so we'll grab the cord. And we're going to set it for 2 minutes. So adjust the time using the plus and minus keys. We're gonna hear a beep here shortly. And that beep is simply letting us know that your pressure cooker has accepted the readings that you've put in, and it's now going to start the process to pressure cook. So it's gonna heat up the bottom element in the pressure cooker, which is going to heat up that water. As the water comes to a boil, it will create steam, and steam will create pressure. The pressure will then seal off the back of the pressure valve, and that pin will pop up, and then our cooking process will start. Shortly thereafter, you'll see this front display change from the word on to the numbers you put in. So in this case, 2. our cooking time is gonna count down in minutes. So it'll go 2, 1, 0, and then it will beep at us, letting us know that the pressure cooking process has fully completed, at which point we will open up the pressure valve and do what's called a quick release, where all of that steam and pressure shoots out so that we can open it up and get to our corn. Pretty simple, all right? And I'll drop that link again so that everybody has it. And we get a little bit of time to chat today. I can tell you about my fun this week. Hi Sally, how are you? Peggy says, did you put any oil on them? No, I didn't. You can, if you want to put a little olive oil on the corn. I don't, I just throw them in. When it comes out, I'm gonna butter it. I'm gonna salt and pepper. Today I'm gonna add a little bit of Parmesan cheese and some chili lime seasoning to the top because it's good and it's yummy and delicious. Let me also drop the Redmond Real Salt in case you're interested. So both of the seasonings that I use, the chili lime seasoning and the taco seasoning, are from Redmond's Real Salt. That is the salt that I love. Been using it for years now. I ordered online, and you can use code Devour Dinner, one word, all caps, to get a discount at checkout. If you're interested. No pressure. It's really good though. It's really good. Okay, let's check these veggies. Look at this. Here we go. I want you to see these. Oh, they smell so good. Now I'm gonna toss these a little bit. So that was 400 degrees for 5 minutes. I think they could go for just a little bit more. So we're gonna put them back in, and I'm gonna do them for 4 minutes. We'll let those go. Now, once our vegetables are done, we're gonna pull those out and we're gonna start layering up our nachos. Nachos in the air fryer can be done in a variety of ways. If you have one of these like metal tins, these are disposable tins, these work really nicely because then you can just eat out of them like a plate. I also really like the silicone kind of bowls like this. Use one or the other. Now, I have seen people who just use the basket and layer the chips in the basket with the cheese and the queso and all the things. But I find it's really hard to eat out of the basket because that basket is so hot. And so I don't like that way, but you can do it that way. You could also make like an aluminum foil sling. You remember how we used to make aluminum foil slings in the pressure cooker? You would do it kind of the same way, something on the bottom so that you can easily lift out what you've got. Today I'm just going to use the aluminum foil tin, the disposable tin, to make my nachos. And I'm gonna use, I have some leftover steak. So I cooked up some tri-tip. So we've got some tri-tip that I'm gonna add. I'm gonna add some of this cilantro lime. It's a sweet sauce, kind of like a salsa, but it's a sweet sauce that's really yummy. And then I've got some refried beans. Now I do have a refried bean recipe on my website that makes a delicious batch of refried beans. If you have made my refried beans, raise your hand, give me the hearts, leave it in the comments. I want to hear. These are canned, but what I like to do is I like to add a little bit of salsa to the beans and mix it up when I'm heating it up. It gives just a little bit more pizzazz, a little bit more flavor, and it makes nachos really yummy. And then I have some queso. And this is just a little jar of queso, but I also have queso recipes on my site. And we're gonna add some queso as well. So, should we start building? You think we could do that? Now I've got regular tortillas and I've got hint of lime. This is a personal preference. I love the hint of lime, but I don't love every chip being hint of lime. I like a combination. And I like to layer my nachos because I want all the flavors all throughout. So I'm gonna put down a little bit of regular, and I'm gonna throw in some hint of lime. Actually, I'm gonna take a few of these out. Nachos build up fast. What I mean by that is pretty quickly this will be rather tall, and we don't necessarily want it too tall in the air fryer because everything at the top is going to get crispy and burnt and the bottom is still heating through. We got a lot going on here today. Oh, there we go. There's my top down. So I just have a nice single layer going on. We're going to throw in some meat. This is just leftover steak. I made some tri-tip yesterday. And then we're going to add some refried beans. Now these refried beans I did heat up, so they are not cold. I think that does make a difference. And we're gonna add some queso in here. The queso I also heated up a little bit. There we go. And then I want to add regular cheese. Now I'm just using a Colby Jack. You could do a Fiesta blend. You could do a queso blend cheese. You can choose whatever you want. And like I said, this recipe is not on my website at this point. We'll get it there. We'll get it there. Guess what? These are done. Look at those. That looks so good. So we're just gonna put some on the nachos. There we go. Now we're gonna do a little bit of a second layer. We don't need a ton. You see how it's already building up above the tin? We'll tuck that one right there. And then we can add some more steak. Now, if you're doing leftovers, my steak was already had a nice seasoning on it, kind of like a fajita kind of seasoning. If you're just doing like chicken or you're doing rotisserie chicken, you might want to add a little bit of taco seasoning or something to your meat just to help it along. So keep that in mind. And then we're just going to add a little bit more refried beans. Now this nacho is enough for 2 people. We're going to really go heavy with the queso on top. I'm a person who I don't want any chips to be empty chips. If you are at home, know what I'm talking about. Give me a thumbs up. I like every chip to have something yummy on it. All right, let's add a little bit more regular cheese on top. We don't even need to add a ton, just a little bit. And now we're gonna air fry this, okay? But first we gotta pull out all the rest of those vegetables so that we can air fry it. So we're just gonna put them in this bowl over here. We're gonna pull all this out. I'm gonna get all the veggies from down below. There we go. And now we're gonna put our nachos in the basket. So that's what our nachos look like. Pretty simple, pretty easy, right? Now remember, this basket's hot, so be careful. We're gonna pop these back into the air fryer. And we're gonna do about 385 degrees for about 4 minutes, and then we're gonna check them. Pretty simple, pretty simple. This is kind of a fun meal to do for game nights, if you're watching baseball or football on TV, or just because you're having a lazy night and you just wanna throw stuff together that's in the fridge. It's fun to top your nachos with, I've got some cherry tomatoes that we could cut up and add. I've got sour cream. Nachos are just yummy. I just love them. Such a good meal. Courtney says, those peppers look really good. Courtney, yes, let me tell you, roasting vegetables in the air fryer has become my new favorite. It's so easy, it's so hands-off. And they turn out just so moist and delicious and yummy. It's a favorite all the way around. All right, do you hear the beeping? That means our corn is ready. So move your pressure cooker away from your cabinets, away from overhanging lights, and we're gonna open up the pressure valve. You ready? That pressure is going to shoot up to the ceiling, and it's going to take a few minutes for all of that pressure to be released. When that pressure is released, then we can open up our lid safely. Now, this is always a time when people are the most apprehensive to use their Instant Pot or electric pressure cooker because they don't want to open that pressure valve. It's scary, right? And I get it. I have done this for so long that I feel like I just know. But if you remember, with your pressure cooker, you may have gotten a rice scoop or you may have gotten a ladle. There's a little hole cut out in the end. This little hole cut out works really nicely to fit on top where that little pressure valve sticks out so that you can open it up and keep your hand an additional 8 inches away. There's lots of ways to open up that pressure valve so that you don't have to be startled or scared and you don't have to put your hand close by, just so you know. Lots of ways. Oh. Okay, you guys, we've cooked this. This has been going for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. The cheese is all bubbly, melty. I'm gonna let it go a minute more and then we're gonna pull it out. We're gonna have the nachos and we're gonna have the corn all at once. All at once. Let's see. I'm gonna clean up my workstation so that I can find what I'm doing. And we will be fantastic. Sigrid says the nacho recipe would be great for when it's just me and the hubs. Absolutely. Okay, listen, if you go out to a restaurant and you order a steak, and sometimes the steak is so big you end up taking it home and you're like, what am I gonna do with this? Slice it up. Add it to nachos the next day. It's delicious. It's so easy. Okay, I'm gonna pull those out. I want you to see. Look at this. So we've got them all toasty. Do you see that? So I cooked that at 400 degrees for about 3.5 minutes. And we're gonna pull this out. This is the tricky part. Get yourself some silicone grabbers because it can be a little tricky to get your hands in here. There we go. All right. Now, we're gonna open up our corn. Let that steam out. We're going to, let's put this on here. Put this on here. We're gonna pull out our corn. I'm just gonna pull out 2 of them to start. We wanna butter them, we wanna salt them, we wanna pepper them, we wanna season them, but I also love to add Parmesan cheese with a little bit of seasoning. And I love that chili lime seasoning. It's delicious. Okay, that is quite a bit. So then actually, okay, we're gonna salt. Make sure you watch how much salt you're putting on. Ooh, these are hot. I'm also gonna add some Parmesan cheese. Now, I like to add quite a bit. My husband does not care for the Parmesan near as much as I do. And then we're gonna add a little bit more of this chili lime seasoning to the outside. Just gives it some nice color. There you go. All right. This corn is too hot to pick up, so we're gonna set this off to the side. For just a minute, we're gonna pull our nachos back into place. There we go. We're gonna add a little bit of sour cream on top. You could add some guacamole. I'm gonna add a little bit of the cilantro lime to the top. I just like the flavor it adds. And I'm just doing little drops. I don't know if you can tell. Is that a little bit easier? See how I just do little drops around? Now, this sweet sauce is not spicy or hot. You can get it in different temperature levels, but this is not. We're gonna add some sour cream right to the center. And we've got nachos. We've got nachos and corn on the cob. Let me get some contrast for you guys. It's amazing what happens when we get some color behind these plates. I feel like the colors just all pop in the food. Kathy says, I love the silicone mitts. Peggy says, easy peasy dinner for a hot day. Absolutely. Peggy says, I love my, okay, I never can pronounce it right. I'm not even, it's just, you guys know what I'm talking about. Read Peggy's comment. I can't pronounce it. This will also be great for one person. Just cut back on the ingredients. Sally, yes. This would be a delicious lunch, an easy dinner for one. You're using up leftovers. And I don't know about you, but I don't like to eating the same thing day in and day out. But if I can use something from the day before into a whole different recipe, I am much happier. That's me personally. Yes, Kathy is asking, can I drop a link for the Redmond salts? Absolutely. Let me drop that one again. There we go. So there's a link. And then if you use code Devour Dinner, one word, all caps, you'll get a discount, which is wonderful. If you're interested ever, I'm using the Kasori Turbo Blaze, which I really am liking. I'm going to drop the link for that. Let's see. And then I'm going to drop the paper liners. I didn't use them today, the parchment liners, but I use them a ton, and you guys are always asking me for those liners. So I'll drop that link as well. Yeah, I love all those things. You see me using them all the time. And if you've been here and you've followed along, then you know I really only talk about the products that I'm actually using. I try to be really picky with the brands that I work with so that I'm only sharing things that make sense that I'm using so that I can talk about them, which is kind of fun, I think. Okay, let's see if I can pick up this corn and get a bite of corn. My biggest fear, eating on camera and then corn on the cob, really? You guys are gonna like do me in here. Here we go. It's hot. Oh, that's a good corn. It's not focusing. I can't find where it's focusing. That's funny. Let's try this. There we go. This is an excellent corn. Sometimes I worry, living here in eastern Idaho, corn this early in the season isn't going to be good. They have to truck it in, and so it's older. We really like to wait until local corn comes on because it's so fresh. This is good corn, like really good corn. All right, question. When you eat corn, do you eat around it like I'm doing? Do you eat across it like a typewriter? Or do you just eat wherever you want? Let me know in the comments. What kind of corn eater are you? That's really good. I like it. All right, let's try these nachos. Because boy, do they look good. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I'm a nacho eater that likes to have a fork because I wanna make sure that everything stays put and I don't make a mess. Let's see if I can get a picture of this to focus. There we go. Look at that. I don't know if you can hear it, but the chips are still crunchy, which to me is a big deal. I don't want to eat soggy nachos. I want that crisp. And so I love the air fryer because it's a fast heat up, a fast cook. So good. So good. This is an easy meal that you guys can do at home. Quick, fast. Make the nachos how you like. This is a recipe that I will get on my site. It'll come. It'll come. Connie says, I eat across. Faye says, I have 4 ears of corn, so dinner tonight. I love that. Kathy says, I cut it off the cob. I don't like it in my teeth. You know what? I'm with you, Kathy. I don't like it in my teeth either. But I don't know. I love corn on the cob. Peggy says, I eat across like a typewriter. Kathy says, corn on the cob and watermelon are so good right now. Sally says around like I do. Elaine says across. Mary says across like a typewriter. I love it. I love how different we all are. Sally says, I love my Turbo Blaze. Oh, Sally, I love it. Okay, the Turbo Blaze is a newer air fryer that Kasori has. And I have the original, and I love my original. I still use my original. In fact, I have them both in my kitchen. one in my main kitchen, and then the Turbo Blaze here in my studio. I love the control features that I have, right down to the 5-degree temperature wise. I love that it shows me the last 60 seconds, that it counts down in seconds. There's so many unique features that it has that I really appreciate in the Turbo Blaze. So if you're looking to upgrade your air fryer, or you don't have an air fryer and you're looking for something, I do highly recommend the Cosori Turbo Blaze air fryer. It's just fantastic. All right, you guys, that is my quick, easy recipe tutorial today. I'm excited just to be here. It's been a crazy week for me. You guys are all talking about corn. I love it. It's been a crazy week. I want to show you something because it's kind of crazy. So on Monday, I had some blood work done. Just routine blood work, no big deal. Look at what the blood work has done. Look at all the bruising. Can you see that? That's all the bruising from the blood work. If I open my arm up, you can see it in there. It's healing. It's looking better. It's been a crazy, crazy week for me. Everything's fine. No worries. It's good. Just lab work, you know. But I hope that your week has been less dramatic than mine. And I hope this week coming up is just full of good times, smiles, making memories, and being safe. As we celebrate the 4th of July, lots of crazy things happen. So please be safe. Spend time with your loved ones, making memories, making good foods. There's so many great recipes on the website. If you're looking for a great potluck recipe and you're not sure what to make, send me a DM. I am happy to give you some suggestions or ideas and help you through your recipes that you're looking through to make for your families. Just send me a DM. I'll be happy to answer those. But because of the holiday weekend and because it's a long holiday weekend, I will not be live next Sunday. So no live next Sunday. So many of you will be with family. You'll be celebrating. I know how it goes. So let's have some fun and enjoy the beautiful, beautiful weather that's outside while we celebrate our freedoms in our country and all that we're so very, very grateful for. All right, everybody. Again, let's give a shout out to Amy and the Instant Pot 101 for Beginners group. We sure appreciate the love and support that they give. And if you've hopped on over from the Instant Pot 101 for Beginners, I'm Rebecca from DevourDinner.com. I hope you will follow along over here on Devour Dinner. I make recipes for busy families using common ingredients. I started this website by writing an ebook for my boys and teaching them how to cook of all of their family favorite recipes. I am now starting that process again, and I've been in the kitchen with my littles, and it is so fun to have these recipes go on for the next generation. So much fun. All right, you guys, have a wonderful week. Be safe, make good food, and we'll see you later. Thanks for joining in. Bye now.